Greetings, one and all. As a kid, every hockey fan dreams of playing in the National Hockey League. That moment when you step out onto the ice for the first time, the noise of the crowd screaming in your ears, the butterflies in your stomach as the puck is dropped for the first time. Unfortunately, most people don't get to see their dream become a reality. Most players in the league join the NHL in their teens or early 20s, and as you see those years of your life quickly come and go, you instead find a career more suited to your specific set of skills in the hope of earning a comfortable living. You go from dreaming of the bigs to playing in a beer league with your friends after work, or watching NHL games with your family at home on TV in your spare time. But just because you accept the reality of your situation and you move on, that doesn't mean you ever stop thinking about it. What it would be like to actually play in the NHL, the greatest hockey league in the world. Most of the time, the dream does remain a dream for the rest of your life. But for some people, the hockey gods decide to throw them a bone. Sometimes, an unexpected twist of fate gives an unlikely candidate a chance to finally live out their dream and suit up for an NHL game. Well, less than a month ago, this situation took place. This is the story of Scott Foster, from accountant to NHL goalie. Having played as a goaltender during his time studying at Western Michigan University, Scott Foster never thought he would ever get the chance to play in the NHL, because that isn't what he intended to do once he graduated. The 36-year-old accountant by day from Oak Park, Illinois, has instead been involved in recreational league hockey for the last decade. But that's because he just enjoys playing hockey. Rec league hockey is not about winning or how many goals you score, it's about the mutual love of the sport that you share with your teammates and your opponents. Foster never considered or imagined that he would ever play in the NHL. That is, until he was actually doing it. The date was March 29th, 2018. The Winnipeg Jets were visiting the Chicago Blackhawks at the United Center for a Central Division showdown. The Blackhawks' intended starting goalie for the evening, Anton Forsberg, was injured during the pre-game warm-ups, so backup Colin Delia took to the crease for the game in his NHL debut. Everything was going Chicago's way as they took a 5-2 lead over the playoff-bound Winnipeg Jets heading into the third period. Rookie Alex DeBrincat then added another goal to Chicago's lead early in the third to give the Blackhawks a 6-2 lead, and everything was looking great for the home team. That is, until 14 minutes left to go in the game, when Colin Delia suffered an injury, forcing him to leave the game. This meant that the Blackhawks had to call upon the game's emergency backup goalie. Emergency backup goalies, for those of you who don't know, are usually just your average fan who has had some previous or current hockey playing experience. These fans have been assigned by the NHL in the event of a team being unable to play both of their starting and backup goalies due to injury. This type of situation occurring is incredibly rare. The first and only example of an emergency backup goalie being needed in an NHL game was Jorge Alves, the equipment manager of the Carolina Hurricanes, who suited up for the final seconds of a game on New Year's Eve 2016. Having seen both Blackhawk goaltenders unable to finish the game on March 29th, 2018, the game's emergency backup goalie had to suit up. And if you haven't figured it out already, that emergency backup goalie was Scott Foster. After finishing a day's work as an accountant only a few hours ago, Foster skated onto the ice dressed head to toe in goaltending equipment, entered the game wearing number 90 on the back of his brand new Blackhawks jersey, and took his place in Chicago's crease with 14 minutes left to play in the game. The Blackhawks had a 4-goal lead, so all a chuckling Joel Quenneville, head coach of the Blackhawks, wanted was for Foster to play well enough to secure the Blackhawks' victory. If Foster let in 1 or 2 goals, then that's fine, but a win was a must. Foster knew he had to play the best hockey he had ever played in his life to help the Blackhawks win. He didn't want to be the reason the Jets staged a comeback and stole the win from his hometown team. He knew he had to be great. And boy did he rise to the occasion. Scott Foster stopped all 7 shots he faced in the game, including a scorcher from the Winnipeg Jets' 6'5" defensive big man Dustin Byfuglien, an ex-Chicago Blackhawks player, as Foster helped the Blackhawks win the game 6-2 for his first NHL win and first NHL shutout. Not bad for a guy who's played rec league for the last decade, I must say, folks. While Blackhawks fans all over the United Centre were chanting Foster's name in appreciation, Scott Foster was awarded the game's first star of the night for his efforts, and was awarded the Blackhawks team belt in the locker room after the game for leading the team to victory. This goaltending situation was so out of the blue and so crazy that nearly every fan in attendance pretty much forgot that the game marked Blackhawks defenseman Brent Seabrook's 1000th NHL game. Talk about being upstaged! You wait your whole career to reach 1000 NHL games, and you get outshone by a rec league goalie who makes 7 saves? I'm not gonna lie, I would be laughing my arse off if I was Brent Seabrook. Of course that would happen on his special day. Of course it would. Why would it happen any other day? So whilst Foster likely played the only 14 minutes he will ever play in the National Hockey League, what he did that night in Chicago is proof that sometimes, even everyday normal people get the chance to live out their dreams and can make the most of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity when it arrives. So I tip my hat to you, Scott Foster. You didn't just get the 2 points for the Blackhawks in that game. You won the game for every hockey player or fan who has ever dreamed of playing in the best league in the world and never got the chance. You won it for the average Joe on the street. And by the sounds of it, you had a hell of a time while you were doing it too. And there you go. What did you think about Scott Foster's historic night? Was it good, bad, or do you think Foster should get a good look during the upcoming free agency? He is undefeated in his NHL career after all, folks. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching a slightly cold-infested episode. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.